All right.
All right, we're back. Heather Marie, are you excited? Welcome to our first episode of 2025 in the Hey BigHead show.
Great.
I mean, great. Are you not excited to be here?
Sure.
We have...
I'm a little pissed off at you right now.
First of all, I'm used to this, but let's hear it. Why are you pissed off at me?
Why can't I hear you anymore? There we go. The reason why I'm pissed off at you right now is because it is fucking freezing in this back room. You did not light up the heater quick enough. You literally waited till we walked in here to turn on the heater, and then you gave me this dinky ass tiny heater. It was like, here, be warm. So now I have a blanket, so I look like a weirdo right now. Why can't I hear myself again?
She's mad at me. She's mad at Brian.
I'm mad at Brian. You lost me. I'm not there anymore. There we go. Now I can hear it. What happened, Brian? One of the cords are going bad. Great. The studio's falling apart.
The studio's falling apart. We spent thousands and thousands on this renovated studio, and
it's falling apart.
That's all right.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah. First of all, it's early in the morning.
I know, but it's cold, Andrew. You get here at 9.
It's a big warehouse.
But you didn't start the heater until we walked in here.
It takes a little bit of time to heat up.
It's cold.
Duly noted. I'm going to get here at 6 next time. 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
Great, because it's fucking cold.
All right. Well, you got your blanket.
Can't hear me again. There we go.
What's going on with your stuff?
I don't know.
Check your cable on your side.
Is it this?
No, the mic's fine. It's your
I can hear her.
headphones.
It's her. Check the thing connected.
It's connected.
Uh-oh.
All right. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see what happens. Maybe it's these janky headphones I got off Amazon.
Their Sennheisers are good.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Well, hi.
Hi, Heather. What's going on? How was your New Year's? You
Year's.
had an eventful New Year's Eve. Tell me. No, you didn't?
No.
I'm pretty sure you did. Pretty sure you did. You sure about that?
I dragged Andrew around Las Vegas Boulevard, and he was pissed off at me.
I was just, I was being a little bit of a Grinch on New Year's Eve. I wasn't feeling too well. I was very underdressed. It was freezing.
Yeah, why were you underdressed?
I don't remember why. I don't even remember what I had for lunch yesterday. But let's walk us through. So we went to the Sphere.
Well, earlier in the day, I went to the Golden Knights game.
You went to
so my day was going to be nothing.
Yeah,
I was going to do nothing.
Didn't have any plans.
Nope.
And then the day of.
Yep. I got a DM on Instagram saying, hey, do you want tickets to the Golden Knights? And I said, sure. That sounds great. That was very nice of you. Do you want money? And they said, no, I think.
Do you want money?
I was like, okay. Like, this is weird, but thank you.
So you went to an afternoon Golden Knights game. Did they win?
They did not.
No, they lost.
They were winning until I left. So new rule, I am the Golden Knights good luck charm.
Yes. Because
they were winning, and then I left the building, and then all of a sudden, Canada scored twice on us. So sorry, Golden Knights, I left.
Damn Canada.
Damn Canada.
Every time.
Every time. No, actually, no, because when we went to the Canada game, they won.
Yeah, because you're the good luck charm.
Because I'm the good luck charm. Anyway, so after that, I went home.
America needs you.
Vegas needs me. When we came back, I got ready, and I was like, I had tickets to Creed.
Can you take
I had tickets to the Sphere.
How'd you get tickets to the Sphere?
Also a DM on Instagram.
You have people sliding in your DMs, not sending you
giving
dick
me
pics,
free shit.
just giving you free actual things.
Which is funny because we're going to talk to a girl later who does have a lot of men sliding in her DMs, but they want something else from her.
Yes. We'll definitely
While I'm getting stuff, she's being asked of.
So somebody gave you tickets to the what show?
What is it called? Anima?
Enema?
An enema?
Yes, that one.
I mean, it was first
you've
off,
seen it on social media.
Yeah, it's the big robot.
It's crazy.
But here's what's sucky. We get there at 10. It starts at 10. Right. And I'm thinking, oh, we're going to get an hour of this giant robot. It's going to be great. Mm-hmm. But because it was New Year's, the giant robot didn't start until like after 11. And we had to go because my buddy Joe from Channel 13 was like, hey, you want to come jump on TV? And I was like, watch the Sphere be on TV on New Year's and live out a dream.
Was that a dream of yours? Like a milestone moment for you?
Okay, so when I was little, every New Year's, I would obviously sit at home. I would not go out, especially being like a kid. And we'd always watch Channel 13. And I think also News 8. We'd go back and forth. And watch the New Year's Eve Las Vegas Strip. And I always thought, wow, I can't wait until I'm 21 so I can go experience that. And I've never done it. I did when I was 20 go down to Las Vegas Boulevard, but we didn't really watch the fireworks. We like went to the valet entrance, and I saw a little bit of it. There goes my phone.
There it is. You don't need it anyways.
I saw a little bit of it, but that was it. Like, so it was like kind of from the, like a parking area.
So Joe, your friend, who's a news anchor, just reached out to you and was like, "Hey."
Well, I DM'd him and I was like, "Hey, I'm on the strip right now." He's like, "Come over. Like, do you want to be on TV?" And I was like,
how
yes.
cool is that? The fact that you can just DM a friend who's on TV at the moment when you're DMing him, and he's like, "Hey, just come on, swing on by," and you just walk up on set and you're there live on TV.
I think if I could take anything away from 2024 is be authentically yourself and never bullshit anyone, because then you don't ever have to fake anything. You don't ever have to like act like you're cooler. Like, just be yourself.
Yeah.
And I think people will gravitate toward authenticity than they are like when you're fake. You know what I mean? Like when people sit here and say like, I made $20,000 making this social media post, and then I find out later on that they only made not that much money. I'm like, oh, why are you fronting like that? It's very inauthentic. So like,
fronting, bro.
Why are you fronting, bro? So I feel like if you're always authentically yourself, people will gravitate toward that and they'll always like you. And I think that's the best way. That's the best advice I could give anyone.
When we go out and you get recognized, which by the way, I'm still waiting to get recognized. It's going to be great the first time that we're together and somebody recognizes me, and it's going to be in front of you, and I'm going to showboat that like no other. But when
you got excited because Brian put your name on the table. Brian put your name on the table for when we went and saw 2 Feet.
That was
Do you
incredible.
know Andrew has that hanging in his office right now?
Good, he should.
Absolutely, I do.
He's like, for once, I got us something. And I go, pipe down, Pipsqueak. I asked you to ask Brian because I was tired of asking Brian.
You called me Pipsqueak? I don't think you've ever said that to me.
Pipsqueak?
I'm going to have Brian sign that little pamphlet that said my name on it, just for the memories.
By the way, fast forward, little show behind the scenes. We already filmed our interview with the girl that's coming up on this episode.
What's going on with this? Where are you going with this?
And now I'm going to start treating Andrew like shit, because during the interview, Andrew's like, oh yeah, I want to be dominated. Tell me something dirty. And I'm like, okay, good to know that you want to be treated like shit, because now you're going to get treated like shit from me.
Yeah, but you treat me like shit often. You fight with me often.
Yeah, obviously
you yell at me often,
secretly like
but
it.
But it's not sexual. It's not sexual. It's annoying and it's frustrating.
Oh, okay. So the girl with the big tits yelled at you and you're like, okay, I'm down for that.
Anyways.
By the way, no hate to her. She's now my new bestie because we love the same shit.
Yeah, you guys were very similar. You had a lot of similarities.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, go ahead with your topics.
I don't even remember what I was talking about. Authenticity. Yeah, you're definitely authentic for sure. But I think one of the most things that gets said to you the most is when we're out and about and somebody comes up to you and recognizes you is they say, we love how authentic you are, how real you are. And you are. And you don't hold back, which is great. You know, and you stand up for other influencers as well, which you've done in the recent past as well. But
unless you're a shitty one, then I'll fucking call you out.
Yeah. They fucked up the countdown on New Year's Eve, didn't they? On the strip?
They sure did.
What
That was pretty funny, actually.
What happened?
We weren't on that side. We were on the Caesar side. So
Right.
shout out to Caesars for not fucking up. Caesars. I guess MGM had a countdown going on the MGM board, and then they had a countdown on Aria, and they had a countdown on Park MGM, but they all were not in sync with each other. You work for MGM. What happened?
I do not work for MGM.
It was Brian's fault.
Brian's like, oh, I
Classic
forgot to press the button.
Classic Brian. So it's not officially 2025 until the first Monday of the year.
I agree.
Right?
Like this whole week, like Brian, did you have to go to work this week?
I did, yeah.
Brian works
Okay.
every day.
I know, but it was a really weird work week because like we went to work Monday, Tuesday, but we didn't actually really go to work Monday, Tuesday. Like my boss was like, well, just do your job.
Kind of half-assed it.
Yeah, I kind of half-assed it. And then we were off Wednesday. And then all of a sudden my boss was like, first day of the year, here we go. And I was like, but are we really the first day of the year? Because like it's kind of like Thursday.
Yeah.
And I'm still hungover.
Yeah, it really wasn't. It's not the new year until the first Monday.
Yeah,
And
like
so
tomorrow is going to be like, let's go.
We're shooting on Sunday. Tomorrow is the first day. So we can still talk about 2024. We can still do like a 2024 recap. I don't think
Okay.
it's too late for that. Is
Sure,
that
let's
right?
go.
So we're going to play a little game, you and I.
Okay.
And you and I don't really share that well, but we're going to share a list. We're going to blind rank 10 things that happened in 2024. We don't know what's coming. Brian has the list, and
Okay.
we'll just go back and forth.
Okay.
He'll say something, you rank it, and based on where it is, I'll agree with you or disagree, and we'll
Okay.
fight about it and see how it goes.
it.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll fight about it.
All right, Brian. So you got the list ahead. You got the list in front of you.
I'm going to go first.
You're going to go first.
Okay.
Okay, and this is out of 10, so 1 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
Adele ends her residency.
That's it. Wait, so like the best to worst, right?
The most important is number 1, and least important is number 10.
That will be number 10.
Really?
Because it's sad it's ending.
It's sad, but you don't think it was a
It's what's most impactful?
you don't think it was a memorable
No.
moment? No.
No.
Remember when she first started the residency?
Oh, that was a
Rama?
big deal.
What would happen with that?
Oh, this place wasn't set up correctly for the way that they wanted the show to happen.
Where was this at?
Caesars.
It was at Caesars.
Yeah.
That was like what, like a few days before.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
literally 5 days before they were trying to get it together, but they couldn't get it together.
Drama.
So I would say 10.
All right.
Next one.
Okay. Year 2 of F1.
Year 2, this is me. Year 2 of F1. I feel like F1, people always complain about F1 prior to it, but then when it happens, everybody that's there has a great time. The businesses around it obviously don't because they lose business, but the attendees that are there, especially if you get invited, such as you, and you take me as a +1, and we get to like see the exclusive parts. It's great, and I feel like it went really well.
I loved it.
I'd probably say it's going to be a 6. I see it that it's going to be here for a long
So
time.
who's keeping track of these? Are you going to write them down so we know?
Brian's got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian.
Just don't try to change your numbers because that's going to get confusing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Next one.
Okay. Closing of the Mirage.
Ooh, that was pretty impactful for me. I would say that was 4.
Really? I would say that would be like a 1 or 2 for you.
No, I would say 4.
You
Because
think-
I think I know what's coming up on this list.
Do you?
I
Yeah.
already know what you're thinking of. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
But I'll wait for your turn for that one.
Okay.
Neon City Festival.
Neon City Festival is basically the new Life is Beautiful,
Yeah, but it's free.
but it's free. And the performers,
If you score low on this, I'm going to be really sad.
calm your tits. I'm not going too low. We're going to go, what do we have?
We took a 4, we took a 6, we took a 2.
I would have put it at 4. I'm going to put it at 3 because I had a really fun time. Is that too high for you?
No, that's fine.
All American Rejects?
Yeah, that's fine.
Was it Plain White Tees?
Stop talking. Next one.
Stop talking. New Life is Beautiful.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to get caught up here. Okay. Tropicana Implosion.
That was probably. I don't want to give it number 1. I'm going to give it number 1. I'm going to give that as most important moment of 2000. No, I forgot there was one more.
Yep. Follow your heart.
We still have 2 available.
I think I'm going to say that's. Fuck. You know what I'm going to say number 1 was.
Maybe.
If it's on the list?
It may not be on the list.
I know it's on the list. I'm going to give the Tropicana closing in number 2
Smart.
because I hope you give that one to me, Brian. I hope you give me the right one.
First of all, you're not supposed to know what's on the list. You don't know what's on the list.
But I know it's on the list.
You don't know it's on
I
the
know
list.
that for sure. That is on the list.
How pissed would you be if what you think is on the list isn't on the list?
I will take the last answer then and delete it. And,
I don't know what you think it may be, so.
okay. I'm going to give Tropicana closing 2.
Okay.
You were at the floor. You were at the implosion, right?
Yeah.
How was that? It was like at 3
Fucking
a.m.
crazy because I got stuck in my car. I started freaking out because I saw the cloud of smoke and I was like, oh, okay, we're good. And then all of a sudden it started coming toward us and I was like, I better run in my car and get my car as quick as possible.
You weren't in a casino. You were.
No,
on
I was
the opposite
outside.
side.
I was 10 feet away from it.
Well, not 10 feet away.
It was crazy. You felt your whole body shake. Like it was insane.
Is that the first implosion you've seen?
Yep.
Cool.
That's why it's very high up there, but I already know what number 1's going to be.
You don't know what number 1 is.
I know what number 1's going to be. Go ahead, Brian.
We'll give this one to Andrew. UNLV football enters top 25 ranking.
No, Andrew.
That was a big moment for college football. UNLV
Fuck
hasn't.
off.
What do you mean,
Andrew's
fuck
now
off?
officially not a part of this. Give me the rest of
What are you
it.
talking about?
That's a 9. That's a 9.
It's not a 9. I would say 7. We'll give it a 7. UNLV
God,
college
that's a
football. They had
9.
such a great season.
Okay.
The best season they've had in decades.
All right. Give Andrew his 7.
7. Brian, continue. I'm pissed off at this list now. This is the worst list ever.
Okay, so this may be what she's talking about. I'm not sure yet. Killers Las Vegas residency.
No.
Okay.
What do we have available?
You have 1, 5, 8, and 9.
8.
Okay.
Tough.
That wasn't it. Then.
Yeah. What are you not into the Killers? Local band?
I love the Killers, but the Killers play here all the time. So like them having a residency is not as special as like
They're one of the
Adele
biggest
having
bands in the world.
that Adele has a residency. Like that's more
More.
special.
But you put her at 10.
because it ended.
All right.
Why are you
Brian.
asking me?
Brian.
Okay, let's go. End of Beatles Love.
Oh no! You better put that at 5. You
Put
better.
it at 5?
You better put that at 5.
I don't think. I mean, I
What?
don't think.
For us, that was a huge deal.
Yeah, you're putting it at 5? That's a 1.
No.
That's not a 1?
No.
I've seen Beatles Love more than I've seen any other
Wait,
show. You and I
hold
have even
up.
gone to Beatles
What
Love.
else is on this list?
You'll have to wait and see.
All right.
That's
so,
a 5.
All right, we'll put it at 5 then. I think you're going to be very disappointed at what probably number 1 is because it's not what you think it is.
How the fuck? Go
Language.
Go ahead. Continue.
Okay, we have 2 more.
Okay, yeah.
We
You
have
know
a 1 and a 9.
what? Beatles Love is at 5. I wish it was higher, but fine, 5. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me see how I want to do this to try and make you guys put things in the wrong place. Okay, we will go with Eagles Fish Performance at Sphere.
9.
Yeah,
Okay. well.
that's 9. Heather, being in the music industry, you're not a fan of music things that happen.
Hang on. Stop. What's number 1 then?
Super Bowl.
Yes, that should have been number 1.
Yeah.
Well, it's number 1 then.
I think Las Vegas getting a Super Bowl was probably the most iconic thing that happened this year.
Yeah,
or
it's
in
huge.
2024.
It was huge.
That's why I was like, Tropicana could be number 1, but if Super Bowl is on that list, it will be Triumph, the Tropicana. The only reason why is because I found a paper from like literally, I want to say
Like a newspaper.
2001.
Like a newspaper.
Yeah, and it said in the newspaper, Las Vegas is set to get a stadium. Mind you, this is in 2001. We didn't get a stadium until what?
What, T-Mobile?
No,
No,
Allegiant.
Allegiant 2020 or 21, I think is when it was the kickoff year, right?
yeah. So we didn't get an Allegiant until like 2020 or recent.
Yeah, sure.
So the fact that there was a newspaper saying we're gonna get a stadium soon in 2001
That's pretty cool.
blows my mind. And because then it says in there, it says like, so that means our Super Bowl will be coming soon. And I just thought that was so cool that in 2001 they were trying to predict that, and obviously didn't happen until 20 years later. But
Right.
still, how iconic!
It really was a monumental moment for the city, and the city slowly becoming the sports capital of the U.S. Our WNBA team's doing well. We have a football team that
Golden Knights won the
Golden
Cup.
Knights won the Stanley Cup.
Our football team sucks, but we still love them.
We still have a lot of sporting events come here, and
F1,
everyone that comes.
NASCAR.
UFC.
I
had
got
that
to
Sphere.
finally experience all the sports.
Yeah.
NASCAR, basketball.
Have you been to a WNBA?
I finally went to a baseball game, a real one.
Mhm.
Went to the Cubs
Where'd they play?
in Chicago.
Oh, well,
But I finally got to experience every sport this year.
yeah.
And
Have you seen a soccer game yet?
No, I don't care about soccer though.
Oh,
Soccer is actually one of the most exciting live games. to
Okay,
watch.
but after watching them all,
she shut you down so
Oh.
quick.
after watching all the different sports, I finally think that hockey is my favorite.
In person.
In person, my second favorite is probably, you're gonna like this,
Basketball.
basketball.
Basketball's fun.
And my third favorite is probably F1. My fourth favorite is probably Allegiant Stadium Raiders game.
Sure.
And then fifth is NASCAR.
NASCAR, yeah.
NASCAR is hard to watch because you just watch them go in circles, and then like by 5 minutes, you're like, okay,
If there are crashes,
they keep going in circles.
Yeah, if there are crashes, it gets a little more entertaining. But
but you also don't want people to die.
I know you don't want people getting hurt. Safe crashes. There were a few honorable mentions, Brian. I want you to list those off and
Yep.
see where Heather would have put those, if at all.
Disco show opened.
Okay,
What number would you have put that at? 7, 8, 9, 10?
probably like 9.
UFC and NHL draft at the Sphere.
3.
No,
3.
10.
You're tough. You don't like sports.
I don't.
And Rio renovations.
10.
Yeah.
But the Rio renovations were amazing, and Rio is like 10 times better now because of it. So
Well, that's fun. We disagreed on almost everything.
Was there any changes you would want now that you know the full list?
We got.
I probably would have moved.
Here, I'll
Rio.
run through it. Super Bowl, it was 1. Trop Implosion 2. Neon City 3. Mirage Closure 4. Beatles Love.
I would have flipped
5.
Neon and Beatles, Love.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. F1 6. UNLV 7, which obviously Heather would put it at 10.
Heather wouldn't put it on the list.
Killers 8. Eagles 9. Adele 10.
Perfect. I think we have the perfect roundup list of
Sure.
2024. All right, so Heather, we have the AVN Awards coming into town. This will be another monumental moment for next year. It'll probably be number 4 or 5.
It comes in every year, so sure.
I think it's back.
I think he'll be back at number 9 or 10.
Okay. Either way, we have the AVN
Because it didn't even
Awards.
make the list this year, but it definitely happened last year.
It definitely happened last year.
So I
but
don't think he'll be on the list.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Leya Falcon's here, and we're going to ask her a few questions about the industry. She's an AVN Award winner, has been in the business for just over a decade now, so it'll be fun. But we'll be right back with Leya Falcon, and let's take a break. Welcome back, everybody. We are here with Leya Falcon, who is an AVN Award winner. She is an Urban X Award winner for Porn Star of the Year. We're excited to have you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
How was it? We actually just talked about this. When I approached you to be on this podcast, on a scale of 1 to 10, how professional or how creepy was it when I reaced out to you?
Oh, I mean, it was fairly professional, especially especially compared to like
the other guys sliding in your DMs.
Yeah,
exactly.
At least you weren't like open Bob, show vagine.
Exactly. I didn't send you an unsolicited dick pic or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
none of that.
Good.
Like, could use a little bit more information at the opening.
Okay,
email.
yeah.
This is good.
But other than that, it was good.
This is good.
I'm surprised. Girl, I would not just come to a random warehouse in the middle of nowhere.
For the record, I have a picture of me on there. I linked our Instagram profiles. I made sure we're legit. I'm sure she did her due diligence too. She's not just going to come out here to some random office in Vegas and pop in. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Are you born and raised in Vegas or just living in Vegas?
Born and raised.
Born and raised. I have 2 born and raised Vegas.
Yay.
I didn't know that.
We're lizards.
I like to call us unicorns, but that's cool.
Unicorns, lizards.
I mean, my skin looks like a lizard right now based on the dryness of Las Vegas.
Samesies.
Yeah, it looks so lizard-like.
That's so funny. Well, good.
My spray tan is cracking very nicely right now.
Brian and I are the minority here. Brian actually is very, very secretive about where he's from and his history. He refuses to tell people where he's
not from Hoth.
Isn't
that a Star Wars place?
He's not from
Yes.
Planet Hoth.
I've never
good
seen
job.
Star Wars.
Where I'm from would be more like Tatooine than Hoth.
Tatooine?
Okay.
Tatooine.
Desert.
So you're from Vegas.
No, I'm from Ridgecrest, middle of the Mojave Desert.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we got it out of him.
We got out of him. You got out of him. I've
got it
known
out of
him
him.
for 15 years, and you just met him 5 minutes ago.
And
you're already
he's
telling
never
his life
told
story.
you? Really?
Yeah. Andrew thought I was an alien for a long time.
Oh, well, now you know.
So, Leya, you are obviously in the adult industry business. You've been in the business since you were 18. But I'm going to kind of walk the viewers through a little bit of your history, and I hope you kind of help share along as well.
Yeah.
You aspired to be in the industry when you were just 14 years old, right?
I did, and that just like sounds so gross.
It doesn't
But
sound
like,
that gross.
At the time, like when I was that young, I was like, okay, that's cool. But
Did like Playboy or any of that stuff like help you?
Was there
and-
somebody that inspired you?
Yeah.
Jenna Jameson.
Oh my God. Okay, can we talk about Jenna Jameson and how cool she is?
Yeah,
She
love
went to
her.
Bonanza.
Yes, she's also a lizard.
Yeah,
like
she's
us.
also a lizard like us. And when she added my Instagram, I lost my shit. I go, because I went to Bonanza. So when we were in high school, like people be like, well, who went to Bonanza? And like literally people like Jenna Jameson went to, like that was the cool person that went to Bonanza. So when I talked to her on Instagram, I was like, just so you know, you were like the talk of high school in
Right.
2007.
That's hilarious. Have you met Jenna?
I actually haven't. I've met so many people like that I've wanted to meet.
Here. We'll bring you on.
I would probably cry.
Would you be starstruck?
Yeah, I'm not starstruck easily, but if I saw Jenna, I would probably like tear up a bit.
Really? That's
Yeah.
so funny. I just always thought that she was really cool for like going to Bonanza.
We're gonna get out the Bonanza yearbook, and we're gonna see if we can find her. Were
Well,
you
I
in the
don't
same-
have that year when she was there. I only have 06 to 08 or something.
How much older is she than you?
I don't know. I definitely think she went to high school though in the 90s. Maybe. Yeah.
I used to know her birthday, but like I'm old now, so I don't remember what year.
We're gonna
You're
do
old.
that.
I know she's
Nope.
an Aries.
She's an Aries.
Yeah. I
Perfect.
think her birthday's April 5th.
She's still so beautiful, by the way.
Right?
Like she posts Instagram photos, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! I hope I look that good.
Good for her.
iconic. I love her.
Iconic.
Her and Pam Anderson, like even like without her makeup, I'm like, oh my god,
I
look
saw
like
her in
that.
Go ahead,
person
Heather.
the other night.
Share your story about
I
Pam
saw her
Anderson.
the other night in person. So what happened was there's a new movie out called Last Showgirl, which you should watch. Especially if
Yeah.
you're born here. And Pam Anderson showed up there and did like a Q&A. And I was shook because I was like, she is just as beautiful in person, even with no makeup. And I kind of like this new Pam Anderson. She's like, I'm not going to get dolled up.
She's like, I don't give a fuck. I like that. I fucks with that.
Yeah.
Those two, Pam Anderson and Jenna Jameson, those are the two OGs for sure.
Those were the ones that inspired.
Love that. Love that for you. So then let's fast forward a couple years to 18, and then you became a dancer. Is that right?
Yep.
Were you a stripper here in town?
I was.
Is it stripper or dancer? Did you prefer
I call
either one?
myself a stripper. I guess it depends on the
Exotic
setting.
dancer.
If you're trying to sound professional, be like, I'm an exotic dancer. But no, I was a fucking stripper.
Where at?
We're at
All over.
Okay.
all over
All
Vegas.
What was your
Fuck over.
favorite club?
Probably Talk of the Town, because that was before the 2008 recession.
Okay.
And it was just small, and I'm just not a big crowd person. So
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
it's teeny tiny. It's on
Is it still around?
Yeah, it's on Las Vegas Boulevard over by Charleston, kind of close to where what is it
Fremont-ish?
called? Like you know where Olympic Garden used to be?
Yeah.
It's by there.
Okay.
It's literally like the size of this room.
That's kind of cool
But-
though.
I made so much money there.
Really.
Yeah.
I went to Little Darlings when I was 18 just to like see what the vibe was. And I went with all my guy friends and like they all thought that the girls were going to go home with them. I was like, you guys are drunk. Like these girls don't want a bunch of 18-year-old boys with no money.
Yeah. I mean, I went there before I had tits and they were like, no. So I was like, all right.
Really?
But Talk of the Town, they're like, sure.
So you got your start there. And
Yeah.
then
Did you have problems walking up and like initiating conversations with guys? Is that what you felt uncomfortable with?
I always have been more like, I guess, introverted. But sometimes I just like, I have this little thing that I click on in my head, especially if there's like money involved and I'm trying to survive.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
you're like, bing,
I'm like, all right, let me do this.
I'm an extrovert now.
There you go. You kind of cross those boundaries when money's involved and things are getting tough.
It's survival, I guess. But would I go out and about and just like start random conversations?
Right.
Not unless someone starts it with me.
Which club did you go to when you did the influencer post on?
Oh,
was recent.
that was
It was huge.
Spearmint
Place-
Rhino.
Was that Spearmint?
Yeah.
Every room in there could have been its own strip club. It's,
Yeah,
it's
it's
gigantic.
huge.
Have you been
I
to
just-
Spearmint?
Yes.
Okay, so I didn't like, I mean, I do like Spearmint Rhino, but I didn't like the fact that if you go there early, it's very intimidating because all the girls are just standing really hot next to the bar.
That's
and as a-
basically every strip club.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been to one since I was 18. So like when I went when I was 18, it was not like that at all. But like I walked in and I was like, Jesus Christ, if I was a dude, I'd be like that's a lot of girls just standing there. Like, how do I pick one? Like, I don't know. It was just very like intimidating, especially being a girl. I was just like, this is a lot.
Usually, like I haven't been in a strip club in quite some years, but they'll be standing around if it's early, and if someone walks in, they'll like hop on them immediately. But I've never been like that. I'm like, because I would have conversations with these guys, and they're like, "Oh, I just want to come in and have a drink first before someone like comes in, attacks
yeah.
me, and drains my bank account."
What
Like,
was your go-to song that you danced to?
depends on my mood, but a lot of the songs that I liked to dance to, clubs were like, no, because we don't like play
that.
Easy E, we don't play Bonta.
yeah.
It's like
You should have done a dance, and I feel like Brian and Andrew would have thrown all their money at you if you did this. If you came out to like the Star Wars,
I have
Or the
before.
cantina? Yeah.
I've danced to Star Wars, Weird Al.
I would give you my credit card and just say,
You'd be like,
have
take
your way
it.
with
What
it.
do you want?
I
Take it.
used to have this tin Star Wars lunchbox that I would carry around as my purse
Oh my
because
God, that's so cute.
it would make noise. So if someone tried to steal it, I would hear it.
Smart.
Smart.
You would be the type of person that I would go to the club and think, oh, she wants to go home with me tonight. And I'd be like one of your
Because
18-year-old
she's
friends.
playing Star
Because she's playing
Wars.
Star Wars. We're meant to be. What's
Oh,
the
it's so
environment
funny.
like working at a strip club? Like, what Did you have a lot of friends there? Were there's a lot of
Yeah, I was gonna say,
drama
are
in
the
the back?
girls very catty? Are they
It
very-
depends. It's kind of like everywhere. There's cool people. There's shitty people. I mean, I had a lot of cattiness towards me, probably because I'm weird and I just don't fit in. But the people that were really cool were really cool. So it's just
You get both. It's just like any workplace. You have
Sure.
great people, you have bad people. I'm just sure it's a lot more competitive in that environment. The girls are very competitive.
yeah. I've never looked at it as competitive. I'm like, if someone wants me,
They're gonna want you.
they're gonna want me.
Every guy's gonna have a different type.
Yeah, like I've never really gone in a strip club and stressed out. Oh my god, I gotta get his money because if he wants to spend, he's gonna spend.
Yeah.
Can we talk some terminologies within the strip club?
Sure.
What's a house mom?
House mom is the lady that is in the dressing room that basically comes in. She brings food. She brings all the little essentials like tampons and stuff like that.
Is she usually like a former dancer or current dancer, or is she always just?
Some of them have been former dancers. Others are seamstresses. Others are just like a little bit older. Like there's all different types of house moms. But
Does the club hire them, or is it they just?
I think it depends on the club, but you always want to tip your house mom. Always, because she's gonna take care of you. If you get too drunk and you need to go chill in the dressing room,
She's the one you trust.
that's the one you trust.
Right.
Like she's
She's got like the Advil.
Yes.
She's got everything.
she's got everything. So always make sure
It's
you
like,
take care of
do you ever go to the bathroom and like they have the
Sure.
guy in there like with the colognes and
Yeah.
stuff? I feel like it's like that, right? But behind the
Yes.
scenes for you guys.
Yes, but
Gotcha.
it gets more personal, I guess, if you're like over the years I've had such good relationships with house moms because I would go in there and talk to them and all that. And the longer you work somewhere, the more you're gonna get to know them. So
Who else do you tip? I know you mentioned you tipped the house mom.
well, you definitely want to tip the DJ, of
She's
course,
gonna play the
and
best songs.
whoever is like, if you go to VIP room, whoever's like the waitress, the security guard, like pretty much any person that you have contact with in that night that's helping you out in one way, shape, or form, you want to at least give them a little something.
Okay, I have a question. So let's say you, just to make this easy, you take home $1,000 at night. How much of that are you actually taking home after you tipped everybody?
Okay, after you tip everyone
is
and you
there like a
pay,
fee?
yeah,
Yeah.
it depends when you came in, but usually probably like half of that.
You're probably taking home 500.
Yeah.
If you were to make 1,000 in one night.
If like part of that were VIP rooms and all that. If it were all staged, then just like probably take home like 8 or 9. But
Okay, because you're keeping the DJ.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you dance anymore?
Oh, no, I would have to, like, I'm not opposed to it. I love being on stage. So like it would have to be like feature dancing, but as far as like
Going to the
dancing,
clubs.
yeah, I'm over that.
That's
just
past you.
like I'm cool with whatever conversations, but I don't want to do the hustle.
It's a grind, I'm sure.
It really is, and just walking around for however many hours a night, no. Like
Yeah.
I'll do stage happily, but outside of that, no, thank you.
So fast forward after that, a couple years later, you finally broke into the porn industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get your start there?
Well, basically, I just went to LA and I was like, I'm not going back to Vegas without some sort of a contract.
Sure.
So, found an agent, got a contract. Wasn't necessarily the best agent, but got my start.
What was your first shoot that you did?
My first shoot was for Bang Bros with Mike Adriano. He's cool, I guess. Like it was a cream pie scene, and the thing is, I'm not really too keen on cream pies if it's like a stranger or like another performer.
Right.
If it's outside the context of a relationship,
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it because it feels personal to you?
yeah.
But did you feel pressure to do it because of the fact
I
that
did-
you
I
was your first
did.
one?
Absolutely, because I was like, hey, can we make it not a cream pie? And they're like, no, it has to be a cream pie. And I'm like, okay, can we add like a little bit more money on it? They're like, no, this is what they're offering. and you either take it or leave it. So I was like, shit,
Jeez.
I don't know how this is gonna work, but let me try. So I tried it, and I was like even at the end of the scene, you can see during it, I was kind of like
You're just like,
no offense to the male performer, he's cool as fuck, but
You're just like, this is not my thing.
I was like, yeah, no.
Do you watch your own scenes?
I don't sit there and like watch them per se, but if people tweet them at me, like little previews, I'll see them. I prefer not to see that, because I'll pick myself apart. I'll be like,
really?
I think I would be the same exact way.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't want to watch this.
I get that. I definitely, even with this podcast, I watch it and I cut up the videos, but I definitely overanalyze everything. I can only imagine if I was in a porn, how much I'd analyze myself and how I look, or the shading, or how big I am, or my performance, whatever it is. I totally get that. Did you have a mentor or anybody to kind of help guide you through the scene when you first got in there, or did you kind of just learn from experience?
I mean, you say learn from experience. I basically just hopped on set and I was like, all right, do what you saw before. And that's
did you
what I
study
did.
before you got into it?
I didn't necessarily study, but I knew some people. Like I knew there's a guy, I don't know if y'all know him, but his name was Bill Margold. Rest in peace. He was around during like the 70s or whatever, and he was someone that I really talked to a lot. Before I even got in. And a girl named Cytheria, she was also in porn for a while. But those were like the top two people that I really spoke to before I even attempted to get in.
Comparing the personalities between the people in the porn video industry and the strip club industry, are the personalities very similar? Is it very catty? Is it very judgmental, or do you feel like there are a lot more positive people in the porn scene?
I feel like it's about the same. It's kind of like everywhere that you go, it's like high school all over again.
Yep.
You're going to get along with some people are going to love you, you're not going to get along with other people. They're going to hate you, they're going to try to like tear you down any little tiny chance that they get. And it's kind of like
I just feel like probably in that industry, like it's probably even more catty because the girls are all so beautiful and like.
I think they're beautiful in the strip club scene too, though.
No, I'm saying that, but all that industry, like even like girls that are bottle girls at clubs, I feel like they're catty and because you're just around a bunch of pretty girls, and if you're the slightest of insecure, you might attack another girl just to like.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of.
You seem like you're very just like chill and like whatever.
I'm very chill.
Yeah, I don't see her being the one that's an asshole to these girls, but I could see like a girl being like thinking she's prettier and then like being mean to her or something like that. I could see that happening a lot in that industry. Like I just watched an interview with a girl who works at a brothel.
Yeah.
And they pretty much the same thing. I was like, oh wow, this is like it could get very competitive, I guess.
It can.
I don't see you being one of those people though.
I'm not saying I can't be a total fucking asshole, because if you come for me,
yeah.
Watch out. But for the most part, like I'm a very kind-hearted person. Like I can be very harsh at times, like just whatever comes out of my mouth. But I mean, well, I'm very chill, just as long as nobody crosses me sideways.
Leya's a very strong, independent woman, and informative too. I did a lot of scouting and watched a lot of your videos.
What videos?
The YouTube videos. So funny story, actually. Side note, I'm gonna get a little sidetracked. I was in Texas when I initially reached out to you, and I tried to watch some of your videos to kind of get a feel for the type of content you shoot. I couldn't see any videos
because it's banned in Texas,
in Texas and Florida and all these other states.
Yeah,
what a bunch of idiots.
Oh,
why would you do that to yourself?
I have to ask, because me and Andrew talked about this earlier. What do you think is the most searched term on Pornhub in Nevada?
Probably like cousins or something. I don't know. We're like a hillbilly.
You would laugh. It's
hillbilly
not.
State.
It's Vegas. The word Vegas is the most searched term in Nevada.
We're very into ourselves.
We're very into
ourselves.
But I think I made a post about this too. I think it's because people are like trying to see if they know people or see if like the girls that I don't know. That's what a bunch of comments said. Like maybe they're trying to search for a particular type of girl in Vegas.
That makes
sense.
In
Vegas. Because like I don't know if the algorithm is just picking up like their in Vegas and that's why they're looking up Vegas, or if these are really Nevada. What are they called, Andrew? You're a website guy. What are they called?
Just like the keyword, the search.
No, like
terms?
your computer has like a number, and like
The
that's
IP address.
the IP address. Like the IP, like is Pornhub pulling the IP addresses that are in Nevada?
I think they're legit searching because like Nevada is Vegas, California is friend's mom, Washington is milking. My favorite, which is Maine. What's going on in Maine? Their most searched term is Harry Bush.
Oh, okay.
Massachusetts, where I'm from, is face sitting, which
and then
is my thing.
All right.
that's a lie, but okay.
Brian,
Ooh.
Brian is definitely a Georgia guy. He's ebony homemade. That's for
What?
sure. Brian loves his ebony homemade videos.
I mean,
Don't be
No.
What
shy,
is
Brian.
ebony homemade? Oh, ebony. Never mind.
Yeah, just black women homemade, like
I just
amateur
I
videos.
was thinking like homemakers. I was like, what does that even mean? Never mind.
I mean, I guess it could be.
I think the best one was Oregon. What was it Oregon's again?
Was it furry?
I think it was furries.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
furry. Yeah.
And I
so-
was like, I'm dead right now. Good job, Oregon.
Good job, Oregon. Good job.
What was Colorado? Because people were like, I've had to bleep one out on my Instagram
good
post.
job.
Foot job.
Good job.
Yeah.
What's your mindset going into a shoot? I mean, first of all, do you still shoot?
I do occasionally. I mean, like I've taken like the past few months off just because
'Cause you
I've been in
school and-
school
yeah.
and just I've been doing this shit for so long. Not saying I don't enjoy it, but sometimes it's just like really it can take a toll on your mental health.
Sure.
As much as we want to be like, oh no, it's fine, it's fine. Like after doing it for so many years, you kind of like start to be like, huh,
Mhm.
this is it gets a little bit more difficult mentally because you have to realize like you have to disassociate.
Sure.
I'm not saying everyone does that, but I'm saying
I could
that's
see that. I could see how you'd have to.
it's very much I guess a coping mechanism because it's not normal for people to have sex with so many
Sure.
just random people. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, just saying like usually most healthy adult minds can't handle that without dissociating some way somehow. So sometimes it impacts my real sex life. Not that I have one right now, but it has.
I was gonna ask you, like, do you ever have boyfriends and they find out what you do and then they're like, never mind, I don't want to be with you,
Or they get intimidated.
or they get intimidated?
You see, my most recent ex, I was with him for many, many years. He used to be in the industry. And we both found that that does not work for him or for I. I mean, a lot of things don't work for him. Even even when I stopped shooting, whatever, it was still an issue.
Would you get jealous of him when he was shooting? Or were you,
I
were
wouldn't
you
say
able to flip that?
jealous. I would just say I'm not fucking going for that shit.
Yeah.
Like at first it was cool, but like the closer you get, you're like, look, unless if we're doing something together, I don't want to fucking share you like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I
So
mean,
you'd rather date someone outside of the industry as opposed to being in the industry.
I will never date in the industry again.
Really?
Ever.
I see a lot of like porn stars actually date each other, and I'm like surprised by it.
I mean, some can handle it, and that's great for them. That's not
Not
my
good for you.
thing. Outside of camera, I'm very, very chill, very, I guess, traditional. I don't like to go around sleeping around. Like, that's cool if that's what you do, as long as you're doing safely and consensually. Just want to reiterate that so nobody feels judged. But it's just not my thing. I'm more of a relationship type lady.
I found you on actually
Yeah, let's talk about how you found her.
well actually it's actually very interesting. The algorithm must know me so well because I found you on the official massage mistress video
Oh,
where it's this woman who does these very sensual massages on people.
I love her.
She gets into it and like she, her tits are in your face or rubbing all sorts of parts of your body. Did that actually feel good? The massage itself?
who doesn't like massages?
I mean,
like, come on,
was
yeah.
I was gonna say,
Was
is
it a real massage?
Was it a real massage?
I mean, for a couple minutes,
Was
yes.
it?
For
You're
as
like,
much,
how about we just do this instead?
Right?
How about we just give me a massage?
right? Just massage me the whole time.
how about an hour of massage and
And then we can do the dirty stuff.
That's so funny.
No, it's like maybe like 5 minutes, like different body parts, just to get the shots. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to the full-on
I
massage.
get
You should put that in
I
the
get it.
contract next time. Be like, I need at least 30 minutes of an actual massage before I get into this.
Either by her or at Red Rock or Green Valley Spa,
Yeah,
whatever,
like, I
whatever
don't
works.
need a
Either works.
massage.
That's so funny. But no, I found her through that. And then when I was trying to find, because we have the AVN Awards coming to Vegas again this year at Virgin. And I was trying to find people that either have been to the awards or have won an award or are presenting there. And I came across you again. I believe you commented on something on their page. And you were one of the people I was like, oh, I recognized her. And I reached out and here you are. So yeah, there she is. For someone that's just getting into the adult entertainment industry, whether it's stripping, whether it's shooting content, and they're 23 years old, what advice would you give them getting into it for the very first time?
Deeply consider how this will impact your life. I mean, when I first got in, I had no plans of going to college, no plans of doing anything else outside of the adult industry. But as you grow and you learn, sometimes your perspective changes, and we're not at a place yet in society where people are so readily willing to accept those that have been in the adult industry. No matter how much you try to hide it, like especially these days, someone's gonna find the fuck out.
Sure.
So just be aware that it's gonna follow you forever. It doesn't matter how many accolades you get after that are outside of porn. People are still gonna look at you like, ew, you're just like a dirty porn star. Like, I'm not saying everyone, but for society as a whole,
Right.
That's how they're gonna look at you, and it's gonna seriously limit your occupational choices outside of the sex industry. So
is that a reason why you're currently at UNLV getting your master's in clinical counseling?
oh yes,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to do this forever.
Sure.
I don't think I would want to do this forever now, knowing like I'm about to be 37 years old, so like I'm getting old there. I'm getting up there. Like I said, your perspective changes as you get older through your experiences, your life experiences. It does start to take a toll on you, and it's just nice to have those options for when you decide, hey, I want to leave, instead of like, oh, I want to leave, but I can't leave now because like I don't have anything else really that I can do. So I just felt like it was a good idea to go and get my degree, and now going towards my master's, because I just really want to be able to do what I want, to have that freedom. Like, if I want to continue, I'm going to continue. If I don't want to, I won't have to.
You should go watch Last Showgirl. I feel like she would. The movie's about a showgirl who's on stage her whole life, and then as she gets older, she realizes she can't do it anymore.
Yep.
And the show closes, and she can't get a job anywhere, and she has no backup plan. And I feel like, especially in Vegas, a lot of girls like will be bottle girls. I feel like that's a very typical job. And they get to a certain age, and they're going to get kicked out of being a bottle girl because of a certain age.
Yes.
I feel like even that one is even more strict than maybe even the porn or like strip club industry, because like they're so particular. Like if you gain 5 pounds, you're fucked.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So, or if you wear the wrong nail color, you can't go to work. Like, it's stupid. But I feel like you'd appreciate that movie because it's just very realistic thing. Like, girls get older, and a lot of those jobs at a certain point, you can't do anymore for mental health reasons, for other reasons, for looks reasons. It's sad that girls have to go through that, especially if it's a job you love. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's also like you need to, if you're going into it, you need to be realistic. Like, sure, we all wish we could be young forever and vibrant and not have joint pain and all this
Back pain.
all like right like. But
I love how you sit up for that. You're like,
because
oh yeah,
my,
back pain.
my, my
Back pain.
posture is horrible. It's
Relatable.
awful how bad my
We're all
posture
gonna
is.
stand
Yeah, let's all just take a quick little stretch break
I'll
here,
take
real
a
quick.
stretch. I like
Posture check. How many more years do you think you have in the industry?
Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it or if eventually like pretty like year or so
Mhm.
if I'm gonna be like fuck this.
Yeah.
Do you think once you get your degree, you're done?
I don't know. Like I like to say like it depends on the situation.
Sure.
If I feel like I want to keep doing it, then I'm going to keep doing it. If I feel like I want to stop, I just like having the ability to like be like, okay, I don't want to do this and fuck that.
Do you feel like you could maybe do like social media, like cosplay of like, and go on that route and just make money that way?
I feel like that's a lot kind of what I do.
But if you put harder at that effort, then you could make that really a bigger thing.
See, I have ADHD, so I'm
do
not
I.
sure exactly how to do that.
You know, it's funny. The two of you are very similar in a lot of ways. One, that whole ADHD thing you guys got.
And we're
going on.
lizards.
You're both born and raised. You're in the adult scene. She actually, Heather was
I was
briefly
not in the adult scene. Don't say that.
only
I haven't-
knees. You had
Oh.
only knees.
So I did a thing. I was really high one night, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I started only knees? So I would just show videos of my knees. So I'd like make a video, and I put like take the blanket, and I would just like show my knee.
Like,
And
look at me.
I was making like almost $100 a month off of a $3 subscription to only knees, and I was dying laughing that
People
was.
out there have too much money sometimes.
Yeah, I'm
so
like-
many fetishes.
That's
out
I'm
there.
like,
insane.
really, my fucking knees? Like, and I milked it for probably 2 months, and then I gave up and lost all my subscribers. But I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever done.
You had a good run.
I had a good run for 2 whole months, but I'd just be like in bed, and I'd be like, there's a knee.
There's a need- Well, some people are really into
I was
that.
like, don't say that. Work will watch this, and then I'll be fucked. I'm a radio DJ, so like, if Worf ever found out I did this stuff, I think they would be very upset with me.
Well, let's make sure that work never finds
It's
out
your
about that.
knee. They should. Get
Yeah,
over
well,
it.
I went
They
on
don't
another
own your knee.
podcast.
They don't own your knee.
I went on another
Right.
podcast, and that video got like 1 million something views, and I was like, great. Now everyone knows that I hustled people for knee pics.
And then the last similarity the two of you have is
Oh, no.
even before you knew her, you duetted one of her videos talking
About
about dating apps and dating, how dangerous it is. Are you on dating? First of all, are you dating right now? Are you single? What's your
I'm
status?
very
Seriously, she's
single.
single. Pay attention.
I'm very,
Okay, calm
very
yourself.
selective. I will not mess with anyone in Vegas.
No Vegas
Yeah, and
guys
you're
at all?
awful. You guys are awful.
Yes.
Brian's married.
Awful.
Brian is a nice guy.
Brian's lucky he got out of the single scene when he did. Actually, Joyce decided that he was out of the single scene. Joyce is the one that proposed to
They're
Brian.
awful. Like, okay, here's a fun game to play. You go on a dating app and you'll talk to a guy, and then you put them in, are we dating the same guy?
Have you seen this?
Wait, you talk to them for free?
Heather,
That's
you're missing
why-
out on an
Teach me
opportunity.
How to make money for talking to men.
I mean,
She's like, you're talking to them for free?
Hold on. You have submissives, right? You have
oh
people
yeah.
reaching out to you. Tell us about that.
Wait,
Well,
what?
Explain this to us.
What happens?
Well, I mean,
I might be getting a new job.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, like, well, maybe not obviously. I'm very, very dominant. I'm very much a spoiled brat. I'm a fucking princess. That's what I call myself. And I have these little loser men that that basically do as I say, and they don't get to touch me. They don't even get to touch themselves without permission. And if they do, they don't get my attention anymore.
I am weak in the knees right now. This is waking up something inside of me I had no idea was there. Wait, so what? How did you realize that guys are actually into this? Or these loser men?
They
are
probably
into this?
slid in her DMs and said, like,
No, like ever since like when I was in the strip club,
Yeah.
like I would have guys pay to sniff my fucking feet and
Are
talk
you
shit to
kidding
them.
me? What's your favorite ride at Disney?
Haunted Mansion.
Again,
Where's-
the two of you are identical. It's creepy.
I have a Haunted Mansion bathroom.
Oh, I love it. I'm actually wearing Haunted Mansion eyeshadow today.
Oh, is it the palette from
Yes,
ColourPop? I have it.
it.
I have that.
Good
I have everything Haunted Mansion. I have a Haunted Mansion tree. My decorations for Halloween are Haunted Mansion in the front yard. What else do I have? Haunted Mansion dining room table.
You're a big fan of decorating bathrooms.
I am a big fan of decorating bathrooms.
I like it.
because I feel like there's nothing cooler than being like, oh, you want to use my bathroom? Go ahead. And then watching them come out and be like, wow.
What just happened? What just happened in there?
Like
You
every
have-
single person like has a moment in that bathroom.
You have a photo of yourself in that bathroom.
Yeah, Andrew hates it because it's a picture of me, and like when you look at me, I'm me, but if you look me at the other way, I'm a zombie.
That's amazing.
You can get it. Well, they used to have it at Disney World. There was like a photo booth at the Haunted Mansion like store that you can go in and they'll take a photo of you and turn you into a ghost.
Huh.
And it was really cool. But I put it on the shelf, and so like a guy pees, they stare right at me while they're peeing as a zombie or as a ghost.
It gives
Andrew
me.
hates it.
I do because it gives me like a little stage fright almost. Like I feel like somebody's watching me,
And
it
then there's
takes
a
me little
guy
while.
behind you. Here,
Yeah.
I'll show you. There's a
Like
guy
it
behind
could be
you.
worse. It could be a picture of her like going like.
Exactly.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Some guys might like that. I don't know.
They do like.
I'm
that.
sure they do.
pay good money for that shit. So
That's so
It's
fun.
good money to get yelled at.
So you're going to be at the AVN Awards this year. Are you presenting, or do you just have? Are you just going to there for a meet and greet?
That's in my bathroom.
sorry. I got distracted.
Go ahead.
That's awesome.
I got the wallpaper.
Did I
and
fuck it
everything.
up? Sorry.
You're good.
No, you're fine.
No, I'm signing on Thursday and Friday,
Mhm.
and then Saturday. I'm gonna go to the show. I'm up for most outrageous scene and favorite cosplayer.
So the award you won, we're wrapping up soon. The award you won was for most outrageous scene, right?
Yes,
What
I've
was
had
I was
outrageous?
say, what is the most outrageous scene?
what is
win
the
in
outrageous
the
scene?
whole industry?
For that year, what was the outrageous scene?
The outrageous scene was I took an AVN award up my butt.
That would win an AVN award for outrageous scene. That makes sense.
Wow, that's incredible.
What do the AVN awards look like?
They're
They're very
not
phallic.
comfortable.
No.
I'll tell you
Okay.
that. I wouldn't recommend people do it.
Uh-huh.
I've done it a couple times. Actually, I said if I won that year, I would do a DP with 2 AVN awards the next year. And
Excellent.
I did that and I broke my butt.
Oh, so sorry to
Is
hear
that
that.
what they look like? Those like things?
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah.
They look like statues.
And they are
Okay.
so heavy.
Are they?
So freaking heavy.
Wow.
So they literally gave you the award because they're like, we want to see 2 of these.
Yeah. So I did that. We're doing the scene and they pulled it out of my butt
Yeah.
while one was still in my cooch.
Yeah.
And like all this blood came out.
Oh.
And like it stopped, but then like I was having anal with my boyfriend at the time,
Mhm.
and we were recording it, and like he was like, "Oh, okay, you have blood," and I'm like, "What do you mean I have blood? I haven't done anything because
Right.
like I gave
just,
myself
like-
a little rest."
Yeah.
And then he replayed it, and it was kind of like a fountain of
Like a
blood.
geyser?
Oh my
and-
God, this sounds
Wow.
No, so I had a tear that didn't heal that I found out after I went to the doctor, and they.
How do you go to the doctor and say, hi, this happened?
I'm sure you have the
Exactly
same.
like that.
Do you have the same doctor that like?
You go to the same doctor every
Yeah.
time?
So you don't have to
I
re-explain
mean,
it every
if
time?
it was a butt doctor, I've only broken my butt once. That was enough.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, I won't need to go back. But if I
Do you ever go to UMC Quick Care and tell them? I have a friend that works at UMC Quick Care, and I just want to say I would die laughing if she went in there to him and said these things because I feel like he would just. He's really funny and he tries to make everything like lighthearted and a joke. Like I had a UTI one time and he was like, ha ha ha. So I feel like he would feel that. I think that would finally make him feel awkward. I think he finally would feel a little like he's like the guy that tries to like break the awkwardness.
Right.
I feel like that would make him feel a little like, oh,
Is he a doctor there?
he's a nurse practitioner there.
I might know him probably because I've been in there before.
By the way, the two of you
Not
are,
for my
are
butt.
related in so many levels. I'm
you ever
sure.
go to
she would.
UMC on Blue Diamond?
Oh yes.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
She probably, it probably is that guy. All right. Well, Leya, thank you so much for coming in. We'll see you at the AVN Awards in a couple weeks. And yeah, this was fun. This was awesome. They're very informative. So thank you.
Thank you
again.
very much.
This is awesome. All right, Brian, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right. And we're back. Heather, I think that interview went great. Learned a lot about the business.
I did. I
What-
did.
What's the biggest takeaway from you?
That I really should start yelling at men and making them feel like they're pieces of shit.
And
Because
charging
obviously
them.
men really like that.
They love it.
I don't really feel like men like that because I do that in real life and they don't like that. So maybe just in the bedroom they do like that.
You have to find the people that are willing to pay to be spoken to like that. That's what you need. You'll be.
I mean, you pay me and I speak to you like that.
I don't pay you for that. I pay you for.
Yeah, but I yell at you on here all the time. So I think we found a fetish that Andrew likes.
I don't think that's a fetish. I think that's what causes me to drink. And
You
take
don't
edibles.
drink.
And to take edibles as often as I do.
Got it.
But before we go, Brian has a little something he wants to talk to you about.
Yeah, the last episode we had a good Christmas talk, and I think I had mentioned on the video that I had purchased your
He did.
Christmas present.
He did. He
and
got
got
me
it
a
to you.
present.
What did he get you?
He got me. Oh my God, what was it called again? It's a book about all.
No, right.
No, I forgot what it.
Scratch this part out.
We're keeping this in.
I don't remember.
Glad to know it was
It's all like
impactful.
the-
This is awkward.
It's all like the behind the scenes of
Mouse,
Disneyland.
it's called Mouse Tales.
Mouse Tales. Thank you. I was gonna say Magic Key Tales, but that wasn't it
That's
for
not-
sure.
That's not.
But yeah, it's a Mouse Tales book, so it tells you all about like the behind the scenes stories and like was it conspiracy theories and all that stuff of Disneyland, and it's really cool. I haven't read the whole thing yet. Obviously, we know how my ADD kicked in, but I started flipping through it and I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. I love finding out new Disney facts that I don't know.
Right.
Or like I love hearing conspiracy theories, like the fact that Walt is frozen somewhere. Like I like those stories. So I appreciate Brian for that. What'd you get me for Christmas, Andrew?
I got you an espresso machine. That's
Nothing.
actually really nice of Brian. What did you get Brian?
Nothing.
Oh, there we go. It's in the mail.
It's in the mail. I'm trying to find the perfect gift.
Catch new episodes of the Hey Big Head Show every Tuesday.
What did I get you, Andrew?
You didn't get me anything.
That's not true.
You got me sweatpants of my cat, which I.
What else did I? Really?
What did you get me?
Fuck you.
What did you get me?
Fuck you, dude.
You got little models
yeah.
of me, you, and Chester.
Yeah, you love those.
I do love those.
It was for the Hey Big Head because they were big heads.
And, yeah, you got me big heads, and then you got me cologne,
Yeah, I gotta find one.
but I haven't received yet.
All the presents I got, my friends, like my nail girl,
And
my
Brian.
hair girl, and Brian, are all lost right now.
Star Wars is always a good option for
Star
me.
Wars can't go wrong with Star Wars.
I'm just
and
gonna buy
Brian.
Brian filament for his 3D.
That also is always. That's what I get from my family.
Yeah,
almost every
you
Christmas.
have a 3D printer now, right?
Yeah, so I'll get you some filament.
I love that you know the 3D printing terminology now, like the
Well,
filament.
he
and
told me.
everything.
He told me.
Lots of back and forth text messages, and then eventually I just said
Yeah,
YouTube
actually,
links.
I have a new issue. Not really an issue, but more my feelings got hurt from the two of you. We're in a group chat. Group chat's called BigHead. It's great. We talk about upcoming shows, the schedules, and everything like that. We have conversations back and forth. Not all of us are included in every conversation. That's fine. But then Heather tells me, oh, yeah, Brian said this to me. Brian said that to me. And I was like, wait a second. That wasn't in the group chat. And then you go, oh, wait, by the way, I've been
Brian had
messaging
a
Brian on the side. And so I'm out. I got kicked out of the BigHead group.
Well, because I didn't think you wanted to care or
Of
hear
course I
about
care.
3D printing.
I absolutely care. I know nothing about it, but I definitely want
Can
to be
I just
included.
say, 3D printing is really fucking cool. Like Miles has made the coolest stuff. Miles made like
Your
a little,
brother.
a little gadget that like is like a corkscrew that goes into each other. That thing's cool. He made a tiny milk carton.
That's pretty cute.
I made like I used his thing to make wall hangers for my ears. Like
Your Mickey ears?
yeah. So like the 3D printer is dope.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool sites where you can really find anything.
Does he
on
get
there.
into the painting side or like the...
He hasn't gotten to the painting side yet. I was actually asking Brian like what's the best like materials to paint on the little things.
Yep.
And you just said acrylic, right?
Yeah, just normal acrylic paint, hobby paint.
Okay, yeah.
You go to
So-
Michael's and spend $1 on a bottle.
Brian's going to bring
I
a
have
few
a
of his 3D prints here. We're going to fill up the studio with
I think we should like just put a big giant like dude right here.
just a big dude. Name one dude.
Chewbacca.
Perfect.
That's one I don't have. But it's okay. I'm
We'll
pretty
work
sure my wife's going to make me take the Wampa out of our bedroom. That is
Yeah, so
terrifying.
you put the head of a Wampa above your bed, and your wife didn't like it. Is that right?
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
We'll put Wampa right here.
Did it not set the mood? It didn't.
It's a hey big
I think
head.
the bloody mouth is what really kind of.
Can we just like
Fair
make it
enough.
a bunch of big heads, like random big head?
Can you? Yeah, keep like my head or Heather's head.
I don't want to make my head. I don't want to attempt Brian to make my head.
I want to
into
be
a-
No.
mounted on the wall.
I think Andrew just needs to get a
3D
scanner.
Yeah,
And
a
then
3D
there we
scan
go.
of my head. That'd be fantastic. Like I'm hunting.
Yeah, because these pictures of us up here.
Yeah, let's talk about that photo real quick. We got these photos made from an artist, quote unquote, at a restaurant opening, and he took construction paper.
Side profile of your face.
I look like Richard Nixon in this fucking thing.
Your chin is huge.
The reason I have this in the studio is because it brings me back down to earth.
Go sideways. Oh my God, your chin and your nose are the same distance.
How dare you?
They are though.
Look at that chin.
I know, but they're the same distance.
The chin is bigger than the
Like,
nose.
Brian's side profile, really quick. Yeah, see, Brian.
It's hard because I have facial hair. Like,
Yeah, Brian's chin though is more in depth. Like his nose is longer than his chin. Your chin and your nose are the exact same length. So he got it right.
Anyways,
He got it.
I keep this photo to keep me down to earth because
It also has a very big head.
it's not the most flattering photo of myself, but that's all right. Yeah.
By the way, maybe next week we'll have a puppy on the show.
What do you mean a puppy?
I might be adopting another puppy.
You're gonna adopt a third dog?
No.
actually, Andrew and I were talking about this moments ago. I want to clarify the word adoption that you're using. How much is this dog?
How much is the adoption fee?
$2,500.
That's buying. That's
not
not
adopting.
adopting. That's buying.
You guys, it's the cutest dog I've ever seen in my life.
Just don't try to make yourself feel better by saying adopting when you're buying.
What kind of dog is it?
a Pomsky.
A Pomsky.
I have a Pomsky.
You gotta get another
Her
one?
name is Lucifer.
What are you gonna name her? Or him?
Zorro.
Zorro and God. Well, hopefully. If he pees or shits all over the floor, you're paying for the cleaning lady.
Okay, bye.
Every Tuesday, new episodes. Check us out on heybighead.com. We'll see you then. Bye.
Andrew, don't forget the music.
The music, hold on real quick. Dun. It's playing. There it is.
One day.